All right, baseball fans, welcome to Legends Field and the 2025 Harborfest annual something or other it's called. I don't know. Baseball tournament? Sure, we'll go with that. We are starting over 30 minutes late because of the previous game. Started 20 minutes late. It did go 6 innings. That game ended in an 11-10 score. Looks like the Fury is going to be the visiting team. Taking the field, the team in white is the FOD Falcons from Utica, New York. And here's the batting lineup for the Fury. Leading off, playing center field, number 40, Cameron Dallin. Batting second, playing third base, Brennan Kalfas. Batting third at first base, number 14, Brett DeGrenier. In left field, batting fourth, number 23, Carson Race. And the number 5 spot, one of the extra hitters, number 13, Daniel Douglas. Batting sixth, playing shortstop, number 5, Caleb Robert. Batting seventh, another extra hitter, number 26, Ben Van Epps. Batting eighth and catching, number 31, Lucas Resigno. Batting ninth and starting pitcher, number 2, Keegan Ewald. Batting 10th, playing second base, Brandon Birch, number 19. Batting 11th, an extra hitter, number 1, Connor Hansen. And batting 12th in right field, number 12, Holton Winslow. Starting pitcher for the FOD Falcons is number 23, Neff. I don't have first names for any of the Falcons. We'll see if we can't eavesdrop well enough to figure that stuff out.
Since I'm eating all the salt and sweating, is it fine?
I'm sorry?
Since I'm eating all the salt and sweating, it's like sweating your salt off.
No. The salt is reducing the amount of water your body's retaining, and the sweat is sweating out the water that you are retaining. So it's making it even worse. You got to double your water intake.
I'm going to do a Dan and an Aaron.
You want to lean on me? We'll just...
Aaron needs a few more beers.
Load them up. They deliver? Hold on a second. Or what?
Oh, time limit started.
Oh, it started when we started warming up?
Yeah, because the game took freaking.
Well, let's get some quick runs. You going to buy me beer?
No, I'm getting Daniel a Gatorade.
They're right off the bat.
All right, here we go. Leading off, number 40, Cameron Dallin. Nope. On the mound, number 23, Neff. Time limit has already begun. First pitch is called, strike one. Wow, this guy's got some special going on. That one almost hit him in the face. Surprised he called that a ball. 1-1 on Cameron Dallin. Neff sets and deals. Quick release. Cameron fouls that off. Hits the umpire in the arm. I think Cameron did that on purpose because of the first called strike. Attaboy. That was just forearm. That'll welt up. Stop the clock. Oh, yeah. That hurts. That hurts.
Poor guy, make sure he's okay.
Oh, yeah, that's going to swell up. That stinks. It caught him right on the inside part of the forearm, too. Yeah. That soft spot that doesn't grow any hair. It's a tender area. Umpire going to tough it out there. Going to have to get more body armor on there. All right, so 1 ball and 2 strikes on Cameron Dalin. Neff resumes his position on the mound. Here's the pitch. That's ball 2. So Neff is on the mound, number 23. Behind the plate, number 12, Grems. Inside, 3-2. Dallin's worked himself to a full count. Third to first for the Falcons. At third base, number 21, Clark. At shortstop, number 16, Malarzo. Cameron went strike 3. Out number 1. At second base, number 10, Tazinski. Playing first, number 1, Reeson. Out in left field, number 8, Koning. At center field, number 2, Plows. And in right field, number 9, number 15, Buchanan. Designated hitter, number 8, Day. That ball is a foot short, bounces, ball 1. And this is Brennan Kalfas at bat. 1 out here in the top of the first inning for the Fury. One's a 50-footer, 2-0. Perhaps Ness is put off by the left-handed batter. That one bounces in front of the plate, 3-0. None of those pitches over 58 feet. Here's the 3-0 to Kalfas. That one made it 60 feet, but just barely. Ball 4. And Kalfas works a 1-out walk. That'll bring up first baseman, number 14, Brett DeGrenier. Brett pitched a shutout yesterday, 69 pitches in 6 innings. Outstanding job by Brett yesterday. Wish I saw it. First pitch to Brett is high, ball 1. Here's the 1-0, small lead for Kalfas. Brett swings, fouls this. That goes into field number 4, strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Brett DeGrenier. That one's high. Ball 2. 2-1 to Brett. Probably 14 units. That one, short 55-footer, 3-1 to Brett. I saw him on his way up to the snack shack. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Ness to DeGrenier. And Brett rocks that one into the outfield. That's going to split the outfield as they go to the fence. Bounces back center field. They're having a hard time getting to it. And Brett is going to hold up with a single. But Brennan gets all the way to third base. So we got runners at first and third for Carson Race. That pitch is in there for a strike. Nice pitch by Neff, excuse me. 2 F's, not 2 S's. Very close, though, phonetically. 0-1, swung on, ground ball. The shortstop was going to cover second. Great job by DeGrenier in faking the steal. That gives an RBI single to Carson Race. So runners at first and second for the number 5 hitter and extra hitter, number 13, Daniel Douglas. First pitch high, ball 1, 1-0 for Douglas. 1-0 Fury here in the top of the first inning. 1 out, runners at first and second. Daniel hits this one to shortstop, grab by short, throw over to third, and the third baseman, Clark, has got to find the third base, so unable to turn to. So that is a 6-5 put out for out number 2. Runners still at first and second. So with Daniel at first and Carson at second, here is Caleb Robert. I'm sorry, did I miss a pitch? What was it? Oh, all right, thank you. 2-0 on Caleb.
Hey, let's do it on YouTube.
Yeah, gotta subscribe.
This is the channel.
Yeah.
Be and
Or you can just look for a positive influence. Either one. So 3-0 for Caleb Robert. Runners at first and second. 2 outs, 1 run in. That's in there for a strike. 3-1 on Caleb.
Look it up. Today he doesn't have all of his stuff. He's got instant replay, all sorts of stuff, but we just came in from out of town.
Swing and a miss, 3-2. Yeah, normally I'll have like 4 cameras. I'll have one in the outfield. I'll put one behind home plate, one over at first. And Robert hits this one. Oh, grabbed by the shortstop. Steps over, and he gets the 4th out, too, for fun. Nice job by Malarzo making the play. Questionable about, knowing how many outs there are. 6 unassisted is how it'll go for out number 3. But after a half an inning, the Fury lead 1-0. The FOD Falcons coming to bat. It'll be Plows, Koenig, and Grems. So here's the lineup for the Falcons. Leading off in center field, number 2, Plows. Batting second, number 8, left fielder, Koenig. Batting third, the catcher, number 12, Grems. Batting fourth, the shortstop, number 16, Malarzo. Batting fifth, right fielder, number 15, Buchanan. In the number 6 spot, the third baseman, number 21, Clark. Batting seventh, playing second base, number 10, Tazinski. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 8, Day. Batting ninth, first baseman, number 1, Reeson. Defensive alignment for the Fury, from left to right at third base, Brennan Kalfas, number 15. At shortstop is number 5, Caleb Robert. Second base, number 19, Brennan Buchanan. Or Brandon Birch, excuse me. I am so sorry. Brandon Birch is at second base. At first base, number 14, Brett DeGrenier. In left field, number 23, Carson Race. In center field, number 40, Cameron Dallin. And in right field, number 12, Colton Winslow. At least that's how we're starting the game off. On the mound is number 2, Keegan Ewald. And behind the plate, number 31, Lucas Resigno. Plows, left-handed batter, giving a courtesy handshake to the umpire, shaking his bad hand now because it's all bruised. Hopefully the umpire takes that personally. First pitch from Keegan, inside, ball 1. That's in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 from Ewald bounces 2-1. Nothing like getting in the batter's head by throwing balls randomly in the direction of home plate. Oh, that's right. That's right. The elusive 58-foot. Uh-oh. The batter? How'd it hit his foot? It bounced in front of the batter's box. Right. I don't know. Maybe his bat hit his foot and he swung. It's a strike. There's a swing, a hit, ground ball, goes to short. Field it short, throw to first, stretch in time. Out number 1. What a play. It's a great play by Caleb Robert. Awesome stretch by Brett DeGrenier over at first base. He's probably going to say he was slow to first because he got hit in the foot. Here's the left fielder, one of the number 8s on the team, Koenig. That one is fouled off, strike 1. Yeah, their designated hitter is also number 8. Oh my God, remember that game? Here's the 0-1, swung on. That's a hard hit right to Caleb. Caleb, a much easier play, you would think, over to Brett DeGrenier. 6-3 again for out number 2. That'll bring up the Falcons catcher, number 12, Grems. I understand we're not supposed to feed Grems after midnight. First pitch is a strike. Here's the 0-1 from Ewald, and that's a ground ball. Oh, just by Caleb. Fielded by Dan-Dalin out in center field. It's a 2-out single by Grems. Caleb trying to rack up the player of the game here in the first inning. That'll bring cleanup hitter and shortstop, number 16, Malarzo. Can only wonder if anybody's told him that there's 2 outs. Yeah, Grems is the catcher, so they're going to put Koenig in to run for him as he made last out. I can't tell. Hopefully the first number 8. I'm going to assume these guys are they're honest, I'm sure. I had a good conversation with the third base coach before the game. He seemed pretty legit. Pitches inside to Malarzo, ball 1. One-0 from Keegan. Swung on, popped up in the infield. Oh, it's a battle calling for it. And Brandon Birch calls off Caleb Robert to make the out. And that's it. So they get a run. They strand a runner at first. And after 1 inning of play, it is 1-0 in favor of the Fury. Coming up in the top of the second, Ben Van Epps, Lucas Resigno, and the pitcher, Keegan Ewald. Where's the stool? Oh. I figured you'd take it with you so you could stand on it or go over fences and stuff.
I will be right there.
Okay.
There's always a great white shark.
The Atlantic Ocean. That's where they live. That is a cute pug, though. It's a she. Oh, French Bulldog. All right, warm-ups are done. Here's Ben Van Epps, an extra hitter. Did he really? Fantastic. Right, this is 16U. They're playing with wooden bats because the fence is only 275 feet away. If they were playing with metal bats, everybody would be hitting home runs. Allegedly. So Neff back on the mound. Here's his first pitch of the second inning. That's high and inside. Ball 1 to Ben Van Epps. I was just told by Aaron that Van Epps hit a home run yesterday. That one's low, 2-0. He's definitely changing angles. And that ball is lifted out into the outfield. It's high, it's far, it's out of here! Oh, Koenig tried to time it. He left, but Van Epps just hit it a touch too far. That's a home run for Ben Van Epps. So I don't have my computer, so I can't do the fireworks and the home run banner, you know. That'll bring up Lucas Resigno, the catcher. First pitch, low, ball 1. That ball rocked to first base. Lucas hustles down the line, but that first baseman's going to beat him to the bag. 3 unassisted for out number 1. That'll bring up Keegan Ewald, the pitcher. Pitch is high and inside, ball 1. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
I heard the voice. I looked over.
These tournaments get better and better every year.
How you been?
They've been good. Ball lifted up. Oh, it's a diving grab by the center fielder. What a catch by Plows. That was a great catch. Absolutely great catch. That'll bring up Brandon Birch. Check swing called, strike 1. Missed it. Birch rocks this one to center field, and that center fielder, after that last amazing grab, knew he was going to catch this one. So, but it's another run for the Fury here in the top of the second. After 1.5 innings of play, they lead 2-0. Coming up for the Falcons, Buchanan, Clark, and Tazinski.
Whatever you got sitting in the hallway there, I kicked it.
It's a printer.
I kicked it.
Don't do that. All right, warm-ups are done. Here's Buchanan, the right fielder for the Falcons, stepping into the batter's box. Falcons trail 2-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. There's the pitch from Ewald. And that is popped up and out of play. That's going to land on another field. Stell, you missed an amazing catch by the center fielder on the other team. He dove forward like you do. Oh, swing and a miss. Ewald took something off of that one, and Buchanan fell for it. Way out in front of that breaking ball. 0-2. Here comes the heater, and that ball is lifted up. First base side, out in right field, foul and out of play. Landed on the other field, I think. Left fielder on field 4 is going to collect that. Here's the 0-2 pitch again. Buchanan watches strike 3 go by. And that is the first strikeout of the game for Keegan Ewald. That strikeout brought to you by... Who do you... That'll bring up Clark, number 21, the third baseman. First pitch, way out in front and over the top of that one. Strike 1. That's what I was looking for. I didn't know the name of it.
You're the next one.
Oh, and that ball. Clark trying to hit us, but the fence was in the way. Excellent placement of the 6-foot-tall fence. So 0-2 to Clark. And that one misses outside, ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Clark. 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Fury with a 2-0 lead. Nobody on. Here's the pitch. That's a 40-footer. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And it tells me that meant that was some sort of breaking pitch that didn't leave the hand in time. So here's the 2-2 pitch from Keegan Ewald. That ball rocked out into left field. It's high, it's far, it's foul. Yeah, right. That one went like 320. Here's a 2-2. This one, ground ball to Carson. Carson throws to Brett. Caleb throws to Brett for out number 2. Yeah. So with 2 outs, that brings up the second baseman, number 10, Tazinski. Going to go out on a limb here and say that Tazinski's Polish. First pitch, call, strike 1. There's the 0-1, swung on, and this is hit into left field. And there's Carson Reyes picking up that ball. Throwing in. So it's a 2-out single for Tazinski. That'll bring up the other number 8, a designated hitter, Day. And he's got dirt on him. I don't know where he got dirt. Well, that must be from some other game. We're all turf here. White pants don't come clean. First pitch, rocketed first base line, foul, strike one. Here's the 0-1 today. Low, ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike today. I think his first name is 2. Big swing and a miss, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes on day.
How many outs?
2 outs. 2 outs, runner on first. Fury with a 2-0 lead, bottom of the second inning. That ball low and in the turf, 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Ewald. Runner goes. Resigno not able to get up in time. It's a stolen base for Chazinski, and that pitch is a ball, 3-2. I don't know what happened. I looked like Lucas had enough time to throw him out. That one chopped foul. Makes its way over the fence. Plunks its way on top of the dugout. Ball's trying to touch every single member of the Falcons team before it makes it to the umpire. Here's the 2-2 again from Ewald. Or 3-2, excuse me. Payoff pitch is in there. Call strike 3. The second strikeout brought to you by Upstate New York Insurance Agency. And after 2 innings of play, the Fury lead 2-0. Coming up in the top of the third inning, it is Connor Hansen, Colton Winslow, and then top of the order, Dan-Dalin, Kalfas, and DeGrenier. There you go. Not bad. Hey, sponsorship is only like $4,000 a year.
Daniel got it. You subscribe.
Oh my god. What time?
What brought to you by Miller Lite?
Yeah. If only. If only.
That's filling. That's supposed to be an air conditioner? What is that?
It's a C.
C. There you go. It's not built for a guy like me.
Dude, that's good up to 400 pounds.
Yeah. There you go. Scale's all set. Did you take that around Disney so that way when you're on the line you just popped it out?
You just got it.
Oh.
These are the random things that show up at my house.
Gosh.
It's not random.
Well, it'll fit in my bag with all my stuff, and I always have a seat. It was meant for me, not her.
I'm going to start to send this is those things that are meant for me, not him. So I think I'm going to shopping now. So they'll show up for, oh, that's for me. That's true. What do I need? I need a lot of things. I know, you need everything. I never buy myself much, except when we were in Disney. I found a bunch of things I liked.
I think all Liv found was a t-shirt.
And I'm wearing it.
Of the t-shirts.
I wanted a Kate Spade purse that had Tinkerbell on it. It was only $318.
Only.
Yeah. Actually, it's cheaper in the park than it is outside of the park.
Really?
Because I looked online and they want like $400 for it.
Now we gotta just go back
So
to
you
the
should have
farm.
just bought
I
it and then
should've.
sold it when you got outside.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
the
if you
kids
buy
that go
enough
tuna
of
fishing.
them and then sell them
Right.
outside,
They're
that's
cheap.
I
They
could buy
put
2 and then just sell one
They
for
put
500.
limits on it. They'll limit you, like you only buy
Will they
2 or 4 or certain things.
That's what I should have done. I should have bought 2 and then sold one of them for 500. I would have made the price of both of them back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Carter had the audacity to be like, well, if you just told me that, I would have done it for you. I said, no, you wouldn't. Because I did ask and you said no. I wanted the Winnie the Pooh bag. That was only 108.
All right, here it is. Top of the third inning. Fury with a 2-0 lead. Connor Hansen stepping up to the plate. He's one of the extra hitters today. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe. First pitch in there called strike one. Subscribing costs nothing, and it helps me out a teeny tiny bit, but every bit counts.
Yeah, but if we go
If you hit that little notification bell, then you'll get notified every time I go live. Here's the 0-2, and that's in there. Call strike three. It's a 3-pitch strikeout for Neff, and the first out of the third inning for the Fury. That'll bring up number 9. The right fielder, number 12, Colton Winslow. First pitch to Colton misses, ball 1. That one misses outside, ball 2. 2-0 to Colton. Here's the 2-0. That's in there. Call strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike on Winslow. Neff gets his sign, wastes no time, hurls that ball in, and that's fouled off by Colton. We'll do the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch again. It's 2-2 now. It's really hot out here. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Winslow. There's the pitch from Neff. That's high, 3-2. So with 1 out, here's the payoff pitch from Neff. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Neff, and that'll bring up Dan-Dalin, who struck out his first at-bat, but not before putting a welt on the right forearm of the umpire. First pitch from Neff. Swing and a miss, strike 1 on Dalin. Here's the 0-1. And Cameron hits this one into left field, and it's back and caught at the fence by the left fielder for out number 3. Nice grab by Koenig, tall enough that he didn't have to jump. Cameron just needed a little bit more. Well, he said he was hungry, but he only had sunflower seeds, and I guess he needed 1 more seed. At the end of 2.5, it is still 2-0 in favor of the Fury. Coming up for the Falcons in the bottom half of the third inning, it's Reeson, and then top of the order, Plows, Koenig, and Grems.
They are like, next time, it's 400 there. And Poshmark? Yes. Oh, I thought you meant like maybe something. Oh no, like it's 400 there, yeah.
So some defensive changes. Connor Hansen is now playing second. Daniel Douglas is at first. And those are the only changes. Right? Colton's still out in right, right? Yep. No. Van Epps is now in right field. I guess. So Ewald is ready. Here's Reeson at the plate. First pitch low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Bottom of the 3rd inning. 2-0 Fury lead. And there is outside 2-0 to Reeson of the Falcons. That's in there. Call strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike on Reeson. 2-1 pitch high. 3-1. Here's the 3-1. And that's ball 4. Reeson has a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That'll bring us to the top of the order. Here is Plows. Plows grounded out to shortstop his first plate appearance back in the 1st inning. That's how he started the game for them. That first pitch high, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 from Ewald. That's in there. Strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Plows.
I think about that for today. I'm so mad.
1-1 pitch is rocked out to center field. Dalin hustling back, and he is not going to get it. That is a 2-run home run for Plows. And this is a tie ball game.
Stand on top of it.
Hey, he jumped. He used the fence. He tried to get as high as he could.
Yep.
So that'll bring up Koenig. First pitch to Koenig is ball 1. Koenig grounded out to short his first at-bat. That one, ground ball and fielded at shortstop. Throw to first. In time, what a stretch by Daniel Douglas. Wow. Great stretch by Daniel Douglas over at first. Now with 1 out, that brings up Grems. Grems got a single in the 1st inning. That pitch in there, calls strike 1. Here's the 0-1, bounces in front of the plate, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 from Ewald. Low, 2-1. Yep. 1 out, 2 runs in, 2 balls and 1 strike here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. We are tied at 2. Pitch from Ewald popped up, and that's foul. Out of play, goes into the other field. It is now 2 balls and 2 strikes on Grems. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Change up, fouled back, and out of play. We'll do the 2-2 pitch again.
I can see that. That's for any reason if you happen to go back.
Here's the 2-2. Swung on, ground ball to short, gobbled up, a little bit of trouble, throw to first, in time for out number 2. Yeah. Caleb Robert doing an outstanding job at shortstop. not giving up on anything. That'll bring up Malarzo. He had an infield pop out to second base. Umpire was not ready, but Ewald was. So no pitch. Yeah, you got to wait for the umpire, though. Everybody was ready except for the umpire, and that was a strike, as far as I'm concerned. Here's the pitch from Keegan. Swung on, foul back onto the other field. Just misses the pitcher. Strike one. Here's the 0-1. That's in there. Call, strike two. Here's the 0-2 from Keegan. That's popped up and out of play. Which misses ball one. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Malarzo. There's the pitch, and that is in there. No, what did he point at? What was that? I guess it's a ball. 2-2. That ball is hit. That's going to be trouble. Cameron coming in. No! Going back. Caleb Robert makes another grab. Small collision, but nothing too catastrophic. We don't need to call 911 or anything. So after 3 innings of play, we are tied at 2 runs apiece. So going into the top of the 4th inning with a 2-2 tie, it'll be Brennan Kalfas, Brett DeGrenier, and Carson Race, followed by Daniel Douglas, Caleb Robert, and Ben Van Epps. What are you doing?
Because mine would always turn off by soon because
it's not in the shade.
no. Because that sun is just.
Can you bring it this way? The sun's over here.
I just leaned it down.
That's a little bit better. Because I knew the phone just was lighting up like the sun was hitting it. Yeah.
There's only 14.
So 1 plays 4 and 2 plays 3.
Right.
How do you know if we're 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Doesn't matter. They're both playing at 8. And then right after that, winners play each other at 10.
That's wonderful.
So 1 and 4 are actually on 6, and I don't know what 2 and 3 are. Maybe 5.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Sure does. I'm getting up at 5 a.m.
So which one of you guys is taking Lucas on? Who's taking Lucas?
We can take him.
I don't think he brought his uniform. And he wants to go to Harborfest. So.
Not happening.
Have fun. Yeah. Find somebody else. That's what I said.
Hoping somebody would take it. I'm like, yeah.
Well, how are you getting home?
No plan.
I didn't send it.
Can't like it out of
It's an amateur hour. It's disgusting. Fights and drunk people fight. Yep.
Take me that at home.
Yeah, right?
I've been to Harborfest on boat, and I've been to Harborfest on car. I prefer boat. I don't have a boat anymore, so I ain't going to Harborfest.
I've never been, and I don't want to go.
It would be much preferable to Harborfest.
First pitch is hit down right field and foul and out of play. 0-1 to Brennan Kalfas. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Neff. And that ball is lifted out into center field, right, left center, and it is gone. A home run for Brennan Kalfas. Did I say Brennan? He's Brenner. Oh. Brenner. Sorry, Brenner Kalfas. Excuse me. It is now 3-2 in favor of the Fury. And in steps Brett DeGrenier. First pitch to Brett, ground ball, fielded by the third baseman, throw to first, pulls off first baseman off, and it is going to be an E5. So Brett reaches on an E5. That brings Carson Race with the runner on first. No outs, 1 run in. First pitch to Carson, high, ball 1.
Go, Carson.
Pitch to Race is in there for a strike. Oh, I thought that Brett was going, but he did not. 1 ball, 1 strike on Carson Race. Throw over to first, and Brett is back in time. So Carson got an RBI single his last at-bat. That pitch misses. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1. Big swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Race. Time's called on the field as we got an errant ball coming from field 4. That's been cleared out. We'll turn our attention back to Neff and Race. There's the 2-2. And Carson, ground ball, gets by the third baseman into left field. And we've got 2 runners on. Nice single by Carson Race, his second single of the day. So runners at first and second now with no outs and 1 run in. Here's Daniel Douglas coming to bat with a 3-2 lead. Daniel reached on a fielder's choice, left stranded at first, back in the first, fouls off that first pitch. It is 0-1. Daniel just had an amazing play over at first base in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Let's see if he can follow it up with a great at-bat here in the top of the 4th. That pitch grounded foul. 0-2 now on Daniel Douglas. Left fielder's got to come over and grab that ball. Koenig does. Throws it into Clark. So no balls and 2 strikes on Douglas. Here's the pitch. Daniel hits his soft roll of the third. Clark picks it up and tags the lead runner. So Daniel reaches again on another fielder's choice. And there's 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Runners at first and second, 1 out, 1 run in, 3-2 lead. And here's Caleb Robert. Swing and a miss, strike 1 on Caleb. One ball and 1 strike on Caleb. That ball is lifted up. That is high. That is far. And it is not far enough. Caught in left field by Koenig. So 2 outs now. Runners still at first and second for the Fury. And in steps Ben Van Epps. Ben hit a home run his last at-bat. There's a solo shot back in the second to start things off. That pitch in there, strike one. Here's the 0-1 to Van Apps, low and inside, ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 from F, and that is fouled out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Ben. There's the pitch, and it's a ground ball to short. Throw to second in time. And that is the 3rd out. But the Fury pick up a run on another solo shot to start in for the first batter. And after 3.5, they lead 3-2. Coming up in the bottom of the 4th inning, it's Buchanan, Clark, and Tazinski for the Falcons.
This camera might be overheating. So I'm going to take a picture.
Mm-hmm.
There's no lighting. This flash will pop up. So it won't even let me take a picture. It might be cool. Have you cleared them all off? That's why I have 25 photos.
Turn the flash off.
Flash is off.
I don't know.
Let me see it. Well, I mean, it's fine. So I have 188. That's not even as close as...
But that's from today. Is there still other pictures on that card?
I don't know.
Because that card could be full.
Well, she normally deletes them.
But I think the IHC's still on there from 2 years ago.
I deleted those.
Oh, you did?
When I took JCC Soccer's on here. Oh, yeah, because Mom didn't want me to delete those.
Yeah.
No, I went through when I took that camera to the States. And I shared everything.
Did some hot dogs, hamburgers for dinner?
Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds so yummy. Do we have relish?
No.
Yes. We have dill relish, probably.
Do we? I don't think we do.
Well, then you guys used it up and didn't tell me.
I have no idea.
Okay, well, we have pickles. You can put pickles on it.
Pickles? You got pickles on it.
You know what? Come here.
Peter.
You looking big egg kill.
When we get home, you can put everything away from me. And go do the laundry, please.
See that look you get?
She's a pain.
All right, here's the first pitch from Ewald to Buchanan. He lifts this one up. Dan-Dalin coming over, calls for it, does not make the catch. It is caught by, is that Connor Hansen out there? Yeah. So there's 1 out, and that brings up Clark, the 3rd baseman.
No, it's not like he said.
Clark rounded out to shortstop his first plate appearance. Here is with 1 out, trailing 3-2. Ball's inside, ball 1. Here's that 1-0, drops in there for a strike. 1-1 on Clark. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's high, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Fury leads 3-2. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled. 2-2. Looked like that might have caught Clark's foot off the foul, but he seems to be okay, so maybe it did not.
But he stopped. Whoa. Because he did see that. Yeah, he didn't move.
Here's the 2-2 low, 3-2 on Clark. Three-two pitch. That is rocked into left field. It's going to go off the fence, played off the fence by Carson Race. And he's able to get that in to hold Clark to a long single. So now with one out and one runner on first, here is Tazinski. Tazinski got a single and had a stolen base in the second inning. Let's see how Keegan Ewald handles him here in the fourth. And that ball is hit into right field, and a sliding catch out in right field by Ben Van Epps. He made that look way more difficult than it needed to be, I think. So with two outs, that brings up Day. Day struck out looking back in the second inning for the third out. Let's see if he does that again here in the fourth inning. Nope, swung on, grounded, fielded at second, throw to first is in time, and Keegan Ewald lost his shoe on the side of the mound. That's something I haven't seen before. There's always something new going on in baseball. At the end of 4 innings of play, the Fulton Fury lead by a score of 3-2. Coming up in the top of the fifth inning, it's Lucas Resigno, Keegan Ewald, and Brandon Birch, followed by Connor Hansen, Colton Winslow, and then the top of the order for the Fury.
Somebody tell Lucas it's Father's Day before he gets to the place. These kids don't know.
Nice present. Come on.
Father's Day.
You passed Christmas?
Sure.
He was little and he wasn't hitting me. He just yelled. Now we need to
Taco
yell.
Bell.
Get you a taco.
I don't know. Now we gotta say Harborfest.
Oh, no. But that
Ah.
punishes me. That doesn't reward me.
Yeah, but that rewards him.
Who's the same?
He only wants to go to his friends.
Well, have him go home with Brett.
I saw Brett one day on the stupid electric bike over in downtown.
All right. Top of the fifth inning, here's Lucas Resigno. Lucas grounded out to first base, his first at-bat. And here we go. Net's still on the mound. He deals. And Lucas rocks a line drive to short, fielded at short, throw to first. Gets away from the first baseman. Lucas reaches on an E3. And we should get a complimentary runner. And Ben Van Epps is going to come in and run for Lucas because Lucas is the catcher. And it looks like Reeson went and got a new glove. He's going to blame the missed catch on a busted glove. Pitch to Ewald, ground ball, fielded at short, throw to first, and Reeson's going to need another glove. Oh, but falling down, throw over to third, gets away. Van Epps stays here, and because that ball got thrown away, that allows Keegan to go back to first. So Ewald, he tripped over first base. He looked like he hurt his leg, and he had made the turn towards second. He could have been tagged out, but they threw the ball over to third to try to get an advancing Ben Van Epps, and we're unable to do it. So now it's runners at first and third with no outs for Brandon Birch. Birch hit a line drive into center field, his first at bat. One of those will score a run. I pitch high, ball one. Is Keegan staying on first?
Who would have been their other out?
Huh? What do you mean? Who would have been our other?
To get a pinch runner for him. Who would have
Um,
the last outlet?
Caleb Robert. That ball's fouled off. Strike one. And honestly, really, I really think instead of Ben, it should be Daniel because he's the one that got thrown out on the fielder's choice. That's in there for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Brandon Birch. Here's a hard shot right down the third base line. That goes into the outfield. 1 run scores. It's an RBI single for Brandon Birch. And we got runners at first and second now. And that'll bring up Connor Hansen. Connor's played 2 innings of good second base. That first pitch there for a ball. He went down looking on 3 straight pitches his last at-bat. That's in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike on Hansen. Here's the 1-1 swing and a miss. Strike 2. No outs. Runners at first and second. 1 run in. 4-2 lead for the Fury here in the top of the 5th. There's a pitch reaching for it. Hansen lifts this ball out, and that is grabbed at first base for out number 1. Runners naturally cannot advance, so runners stay at first and second. And here's Colton Winslow at bat for the Fury. Bullpen starting to get active for the Falcons here. That pitch misses. That one is popped up. Heads up right here, green shirt. Look out. So I think it's 2 balls and 1 strike on Winslow. Fouls another one off. Right, same couple. Let's put him over the fence out there. That one's high. And is that 2-2? 2 balls and 2 strikes on Winslow. And Colton hits this one into right field. Backpedals right field, and it's over his head, and he falls down. Keegan had to hold up as he wasn't sure if it was going to be caught. Ball gets away from the catcher, and diving back to third is Brandon Birch. The ball hit him in the butt. Ball hit him right on the tailbone. Now you know what it's like to go to prison.
No, that's too hard. Stop.
Hey, anybody a Game Changer? Yeah, no, I want to know this kid's name. Yeah, new pitcher for the Falcons. Number 27. McKeever? Thank you. So Will McKeever coming in from the dugout as a relief pitcher here. He'll be facing Cameron Dalin, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-out. One Wheatie short. One sunflower seed. Yeah, Brandon Birch is still in pain there. Yep. Oh, down there. All right, so McKeever and Grems are ready. Here's Cameron Dalin stepping in with runners on second and third, 1 out and 2 runs in. It's a 5-2 lead for the Fury here in the top of the 5th inning. First pitch from McKeever. High and outside, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Oh, a little side. He called that a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Dude, that was so low. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So McKeever's got a weird sidearm release point. Kind of snaps it. I don't. Yeah, what indeed. Fouls that one off. It's slowing his swing down is what it's doing. Slows his swing down. Went on that one. It's 2 strikeouts today for Cameron. 2 outs now in the top of the 5th inning. That brings up Brenner Kalfas, who's walked and hit a home run, has 2 runs and an RBI. He scored the first run of the game. Here he is with 2 outs and 2 on. First pitch in there, call, strike 1. Here's the 0-1 from McKeever. And that ball is hit down the right field line, and it's fair. That'll score 1 run. Coming around third is Winslow, and he's going to score. Oh, no, he stops at third. Holes up at third as that ball gets thrown in. Brenner gets a single and advances a second on the throw. He's got an RBI as Brandon Birch comes in to score. We got runners at second and third with 2 outs for Brett DeGrenier. Brett's 1 for 1 with a single and reached on an error. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. That pitch is in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike on DeGrenier. Fury lead 6-2 here in the top of the 5th inning. 2 outs, runners on second and third. That pitch in there, strike 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes on Brett. Got Winslow on third and Kalfas on second. That pitch low, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and that is ground ball. And they're going to call an out because Kalfas got in the way of Malarzo of making that play. So Brenner is going to be called out for out number 3. Brett, I think, would get credited with a single. But anyway, at the end of 4.5 innings of play, the Fury lead 6-2. Coming up in the bottom of the 5th for FOD Falcons, it's Reeson, then Plows and Koenig. Top of the order after Reeson. All right, more defensive changes. Connor Hansen is at third base. Outfield's the same, right? Caleb's still at short. Oh, Brandon Birch is back at second base. Yep, I got that. Brett's back at first. Colton Winslow is back in right. He's where? Oh, he's in left. And the sun has come back out on extra high. So here's Reeson stepping into the batter's box. He walked his first plate appearance, came around to score. First pitch fouled, out of play, strike one. There's the 0-1 from Ewald. That's another chopped foul ball. This one goes off the plate, 0-2. Here's the 0-2 from Keegan. Hey! Oh! The umpire says it was low. Nobody agrees with him. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And he calls out 1 strike 3. Oh my God, it was over his head. That'll, with 1 out, that brings up Plows. Yep. Plows has a home run, a ground out, and a couple of good catches, including one amazing diving catch in center field. Here he is with 1 out, trailing 6-2. And Keegan says, "I'll show you," and puts him on first base with 1 pitch. So Plows, no warning, right? Hitting the batter that hit a home run off you, no warning. That's interesting. So here's Koenig. Koenig is grounded out to short 2 times. And we got to wait for the field umpire to get in a position. Now, last game, I saw him run and do this, so I don't know why he's walking. Ball's hit up. Hey, watch it, man, watch it. Strike one. Here's the 0-1 to Koenig. Swung on and ground ball. Third base coach barely makes a move to try to field that ball. 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Runner goes, and that ball is sent into left field. Line drive all the way to the fence. Coming around third is Plows. Ball comes in. Throw home, not in time. And on the throw, Koenig takes second. So he gets an RBI single, advances on the throw. Plow comes in to score, and it is now a 6-3 ball game in favor of the Fulton Fury. That brings up the catcher, Grems. Grems has got a single and a ground out. Here he is with 1 out and a runner on second, 1 run already in. That pitch, slow changeup, doesn't make it into the strike zone. Ball number 1. And that's a balk on Keegan. So Koenig moves to third. So much for keeping him close to second. Here's the 1-0 to Grems. Low, and it gets away from Lucas, but he's able to quickly get that ball. 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Keegan Ewald, and that's in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two ones high, 3-1 to Grems. Three one pitch, swing and a miss. And it is a full count. Here's the payoff pitch from Keegan. Oh, calls it low. Even the batter wanted to check and make sure because he thought it could have been a strike, because it should have been a strike. Runners at the corners now for the cleanup hitter, Malarzo, with 1 out. Malarzo's popped out to second and popped out to short. Going to get a courtesy runner for Grems. So Reeson will come in to run for him. No, they're putting in Plows. I thought it was last out. So that'll end it for Keegan Gould. He goes 4.1 innings, and he's responsible for the runners at first and third. So Kalfas is going to come in to pitch. Brenner Kalfas is going to pitch.
So that wasn't the last shot, that was the last.
It was the last. Yeah, the last score, right? So he's the last batter that's not on base. Well, they have an out, so I mean, but all right, we're ready. So here is Brenner Kalfas against Malarzo. Again, Malarzo popped out to second, popped out to short, throw over to third. They tried to get him sleeping, but Connor Hansen wasn't quite ready for it. So Graham steals second base. What was the pitch? Was that a ball? 1-0 to Malarzo. That one is popped up and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike on the shortstop. Here's the 1-1 from Brenner. And that's a ground ball right back to Brenner. Checks the runner at third. And it's a pickle! And he's thrown out at home. Great play by Brenner. So that goes 1-5-2 for out number 2. Grems advances to third. Malarzo's on first with 2 outs now. And that brings up Buchanan. Buchanan went down looking in the second and popped out to second in the fourth. Here's the pitch from Brenner. That's in there. Calls strike 1. So runners at the corners, 2 outs, 1 run in. Fury leads 6-3. Swing and a miss by Malarzo, the cleanup hitter and shortstop for the FOD Falcons. FOD Falcons coming all the way from Utica, New York to play in this tournament this weekend. Enjoying Harborfest, I hope. Here's the pitch. Oh, it's a breaking pitch. And it comes inside. Two balls and 2 strikes on Malarzo. Brenner deals strike 3. So Kalfas comes in and helps the Fury get out of a jam. The Falcons squeak out 1 run, and after 5 innings of play, it is a 6-3 lead for the Fulton Fury. Coming up to bat in the top of the 6th inning, it's the 4-5-6 batters. Carson Race, Daniel Douglas, Caleb Robert, then Ben Van Epps, Lucas Resigno, and Keegan Ewald.
How many innings are there?
7 or
That is
2
time.
hours.
And we started early. Let's go, clock. So once be our friend.
Yeah, the clock started before they started playing. They started the clock right when they hit the field, which is about 89 minutes ago. So maybe a few minutes more because I don't think I started right away.
warming up as the game was,
That's when they started the clock.
That's when they usually started.
Oh, yeah?
Once you take the field. They don't usually wait.
Not like take the field, let's get the game started.
Yeah, usually when after they do the coaches at the plate, the ump will start the clock.
Yeah, I think they started before that.
Yeah. Oh, maybe.
Top of the 6th.
Yeah.
Is it a different picture or the same picture?
This is the same second picture.
Is Cameron up anytime soon?
Nope.
No.
Kent Cody. MLB.
It's just
Gross out here.
It is, man. I'm so feeling back.
Has autism. Down syndrome.
Makes me nervous.
Second pushing.
All right. Warm-ups are done. Carson Race stepping into the box against McKeever. Carson's 2 for 2 with 2 singles and 1 RBI. First pitch inside, ball 1. The 1-0 is in there. Strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Carson Race. Here's a 1-1 from McKeever. Swung on, and that is hit foul down the third base line. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Race. Here's the 1-2 pitch from McKeever. Carson reaches, ground ball to shortstop, throw over to first, in time for out number 1. So that'll bring up Daniel Douglas. Daniel's reached both at-bats on fielder's choices, so he's 0 for 0 on the day. At first pitch, up and in, ball 1. Both times Daniel hit the ball to shortstop. Fouls that one off. 1 ball and 1 strike on Daniel. Here's the 1-1. That goes behind him. 2 balls and 1 strike on Daniel. Here's the 2-1 from McKeever. And 1 crosses over the middle. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 to Douglas. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So that brings up Caleb Robert to the plate with 2 outs. He's 0 for 2. That pitch misses, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Caleb. Oh, swing and a miss, strike 1. He tried to slow his swing down. He was so far ahead of that one. Will McKeever doing a good job changing speeds. That one catches the bottom of the strike zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That ball is chopped foul. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on Caleb Robert. And Caleb rips this one into the outfield. Left fielder comes in, and it's a sliding catch. What a grab in left field by, I believe it's Koenig, and it is. What a catch. So 1-2-3 goes the Fury. After 5.5 innings, they still lead 6-3. Coming up in the bottom of the 6th inning for the FOD Falcons, it's Clark, Tazinski, and Day, the 5, 6, 7 bat. I'm sorry, the 6, 7, 8 batters. Clark, Tazinski, and Day. 6, 7. Bottom of the 6th. So here's the number 6 batter, followed by the 7 batter. Number 21, Clark. Clark is 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. I heard them talking 6, 7. And that ball is foul. Well, I heard them say 6, 7, and they were making a video of it, so that's why I said. I said, here's the number 6 batter. It'll be followed by the 7 batter. And he sits on that. Clark sits on it, pops this out into right field, and that drops in front of the right fielder. And it's a leadoff single for Clark. It's Fulton Winslow out there in right field. So with no outs and a runner on first, here's the number 7 batter, Tazinski. First pitch in there, strike 1. Tazinski's 1 for 2 with a single and a pop out. And he pops this one up foul and out of play. No balls and 2 strikes for the second baseman. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Brenner. And it's a ground ball to short, and it gets by into center field. Picked up by Dan-Dalin. He brings that in, and it's back-to-back singles for the FOD Falcons. They got runners on first and second with no outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. That'll bring up number 8, Day. Day went down looking and grounded out to second. Here he is with runners at first and second and no outs. First pitch in there, called strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. High, 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike on Tazinski. That's in there, called strike 2. That one just caught the top of the strike zone, I think. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners at first and second. That one's high and outside, 2-2. So good mix by Brenner Kalfas. Going in and out of the strike zone to keep Day guessing. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Brennan. Swung on and fouled off by Day. We'll do the 2-2 pitch again.
I can't believe that. But I can't believe that. He probably topped at what, 66? Ooh, that's a swing. I call it double.
Kalfas checks the runner at second. Throws his biggest changeup. It misses. 3-2 now. So Day's worked himself to a full count. Here's the payoff pitch from Brenner Kalfas. And swung on, ground ball, foul. Here's the 3-2 pitch again today. And it's high, ball 4. So no outs and the bases loaded for the first baseman, Reeson. Reeson's walked and struck out looking. So he's 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch from Brenner. Swung on, ground ball, and that gets through as the infield was in. Dalin picks this ball up, throws home, and Lucas grabs it. Oops, sorry, I overshot that, but safe at home. Reeson has a two RBI single. And there's runners at first and second. And it is now a 6-5 ball game in favor of the Fury. That brings us to the top of the order. Here's Plows. Plows grounded out, was hit by a pitch, and hit a home run. First pitch misses high, ball 1. Brenner's got to relax a little, calm down, and find that strike zone again. The 1-0 is low, 2-0. It'd be a great time for the catcher to go out and have a conversation with his pitcher and talk about butterflies or something. 2-0 fouled off, strike 1. And some random ball comes from field 6 into our field. So 2 balls and 1 strike for Plows. Here's the pitch from Brenner. That's in there. Call, strike 2. Here's the 2-2 from Kalfas. Swung on and hit foul. Brett picks that ball up and gives this to Brenner. Hello, Douglases. Good to see you guys.
That was greatness.
Greatness was at first base when Dan-Dalin made that incredible stretch. That was awesome. Oh, it was huge. He went diving out towards the outfield. The catch and errant throw made the out. It was great. There's the 2-2 swung on, ground ball, fielded at third, and they get the lead runner. And so we got 1 out, runners at first and second. And here comes Coach King out to have a quick meeting with Brenner. And I think that'll do it. And now pitching is Ben Van Epps. So the line on Keegan Ewald was 4.1 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, 5 hits, 3 runs, and all 3 of them were earned. He can win it, but he cannot lose it. So Ben Van Epps is all warmed up, and here is Koenig. Koenig is 1 for 3 with 2 ground outs and a single and 1 RBI. That first pitch misses, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 from Ben. He checks the runner at second. That one gets away from Lucas. I'm going to call that a delayed steal. Reeson takes third on that silliness. So Plows left first, thinking that with the ball getting by Lucas, that he'd be able to steal bases, but Reeson never left. When the throw went to first, Reeson did leave. That ball gets through. Reeson scores, and it is now tied at 6. It's an RBI single for Koenig. Runners at first and second with 1 out. And it's a 6-6 ball game now in the bottom of the 6th inning. That'll bring up Grems to the plate. Grems is 1 for 2 with a single, ground out, and a walk. He also has a stolen base on the day. Well, that wasn't him. It was whoever was running for him. Which I think was Plows. So Van Epps is ready on the mound. Checks the runner at second. That ball is fouled back and out of play. 0-1 on Grems. Here's the 0-1 to Grems. Low. Nice grab by Lucas. 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike on Colin Grems. Van Epps steps off. And now he's back on again. Gets reset. Checks the runner at second. Throws home low. Ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Van Epps steps off. That ball is hit foul, first base side. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Grems. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners at first and second. Game's tied at 6 in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count on Grems. Ben Van Epp sets and deals. Ball's outside, throw down to third, goes into the outfield, and that is grabbed by Race. So nobody advances any further, but we got runners at second and third now, and it's a full count on Colin Grems. So great job by Carson Race grabbing that ball in left field. Right, it is Carson out there, right? Okay. Pitch from Van Epps. Misses, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. So 1 out, bases loaded for the cleanup hitter, Malarzo, the shortstop. He is 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice in his last at-bat. Popped out to second, popped out to short. Here he is with 1 out, bases loaded, tie ball game, bottom of the 6th inning, and we are close to running out of time. That ball is rocked out. It is high. It is far. It is out of here. A grand slam for Malarzo. And that'll do it because we've run out of time. It is a walk-off grand slam home run. And the FOD Falcons win this one by a score of 10-6. And what a game. Came all the way down to the very end. I predict that these two teams will face each other in the championship game if the Fury can find a couple of pitchers for tomorrow morning. Well, we'll see. We still play at 8, right?
Yeah, but then you won't see the championship. You'll see them in first.
No, they're going to be in first. We're in second now.
What's their second? What's their?
I don't think it can't happen.
I don't know. I won't say.
Yeah, we're 2-1. They're 3-0 now, and the other two teams are like 1 and 2 is the best that they can be.
So we're playing 3.
Yeah.
And they're playing 4.
Yep. So, all right, we'll be back at 8:00 tomorrow morning. Looking forward to that. But from field number 3 at Legends Field in Oswego, New York, I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence. This game ends in an FOD Falcon victory as they defeat the Fulton Fury by a score of 10-6. Please remember, don't wait for it to be a good day. Get out there and make it a great day, everyone.
Yeah, I had so much fun. I was